Welcome to Who's Got Pops. This is Maxheadron here, and today I got something kind of interesting for you guys. I don't know how exciting it is, but it's interesting. And I've been looking at the age ratings on Pops. I'm trying to figure out, what do they mean? What do they mean? I've been looking at them for a while. I actually reached out to Funko directly to get some information and try to figure out, like, where did they come from? What are the ages? What does it mean? Because they're so scattered everywhere. When did they start? And have they changed at all since they started? So let's go ahead and take a quick analysis here, guys, of some Pops, and I can give you some of my thoughts. I'm really curious of what you all think. Once we go through this review, I give you my theories, show you my emails and everything else. What do you guys think? Is it something they randomly do, or is it some sort of thought involved, or, you know, what is your thoughts on these age things? Does it really matter? And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you some different Pops. First of all, just show you some different Pops in my collection. You can see there's some missing blank spots back here, so I pulled some Pops out, and I was looking at them, and I was just trying to get an idea, like, what's going on here with the age ratings and stuff. So let me go. I went to one of my oldest Pops. I went to this General Mills Count Chocula. This one came out in 2011, so it's pretty old. It says 11/08/20, so August 11. And I looked everywhere on this box, guys, everywhere. I'm kind of scanning it for you also to see, just so you guys can believe me. Let me put it up close so you guys can see. I know I've been looking at some of my analytics, which I'm going to do another video with you guys pretty soon, but it looks like about 75% of the people that watch my videos are looking at it from a tablet or a cell phone or a mobile phone. So that means that me as a content creator, I got to get things bigger for you guys, because you're probably looking through a really small screen when you're looking at this. So those are the kind of things that analytics really help you identify. But anyway, if you look through this, there is no age rating. So 2011, most likely there was no need to put an age rating on here. Moving up a little bit, I got the Notorious B.I.G. This was in 2013. Looks like May. Now, here it is. On this one, there is an age rating. It's right here in the corner. 2013. We have an age rating. Let me see if I can zoom in close enough for you all to see that. So there is an age rating right there. You can see it. And this is a, what is it? A Pop Rocks. I don't know. I think I do have a 2014, but I just went straight to 2015. And I have a Minions Pop. Boom. 2015, and it says 0 to 3 years of age. I think this is 2016. Walmart, it says on here 3+. Now if you look at the bottom, interesting here, it says do not use for 0 to 3. 3+. Where am I here? 3+, do not use 0 to 3. I don't know. Maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. That wouldn't that be 4+? I don't know. In my mind, that's 4+, not 0 to 3. Anyway, no big deal. We got another one from 2016 just came out. And this seems to be more common now. When I'm looking at Pops that they're putting out right now, they're starting to put 14+ on pretty much everything. So I think you're going to find that 14+ is going to be like a common age restriction or age they're going to put on all their Pops. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I'm starting to notice it a lot. That was on that. Especially if it's coming directly from the Funko shop. It's definitely on this Hair Bear, Stingray. One thing I'm thinking now, we've looked at the body of work. Now, how do these age ratings get established? That's probably another thing that we need to figure out. So when I reached out to Funko directly, I got an email back. Let me show it to you all. And it was from Christina from Funko, and it told me that the age on the box is representative of a combination of the movie, TV rating system, and for safety reasons as well. And that's it. And it makes sense because there is some pops that we're looking at. Like, let me give you another example here. This Walking Dead one that came out. This makes sense because this is basically like a horror type pop. And you will see here, it says 17 plus. Why not? This, I guess it's kind of scary looking. Maybe it should be 17 plus. I don't know. I think 14 plus is fine, but 17 plus. I'm just making sure it doesn't have any other markings on it. So that's what they told me. But let's take a look at the pops and try to get an idea, like by just looking at the pops, does it make sense, the ratings on them? So one thing I've been able to figure out is like Marvel and DC seem to use the 14 plus. So if we look at Marvel, boom, 14 plus. DC, let me find a DC here. I think I showed you one earlier. And I looked at other ones too. 14 plus. There is some exceptions though, like if you look at specific product lines, like Star Wars especially. Star Wars, seems like all their pops are 3 plus. So if you look at it, 3 plus. If you look at from the Smuggler's Bounty, 3 plus. Does this, well, let me see, is Kylo Ren more scary than Superman or than Daredevil? Is this pop scarier than this pop? Or is there something more dangerous about this pop than this pop? I mean, to me, the Kylo Ren with the little sword probably could be pulled out and swallowed. So I don't know. It seems like, if anything, this pop here might be more dangerous. I don't know if you're just looking at it from a safety perspective. And there is some Marvels that break the rules. So we have a Walmart exclusive Marvel. It says 3 plus right here. 3 plus. So what is my conclusion on all this? And I want to hear your guys' conclusion. For me, I think that it's a couple of things going on here. I think that when it comes from the Funko store, the rating is always going to be 14 plus. They have a direct impact on that rating. And the reason that they do the rating, at least when it comes from the Funko store, is that I think that they consider a pop a toy. Because realistically, even though we consider them collectibles, when you go to buy one, especially in the wild, you typically go to the toy section. You go to Walgreens, you go to the toy section. You go to Walmart, you go to the toy section. You go to Target, you go to the toy section. So in their mind, it's probably safer to consider it a toy. Now, when you consider something a toy, there is a toy safety standard. It's ASTM F963-11 that you have to follow. And if you label that toy 12 and under, you have to have third-party testing done on that toy. It has to go through all sorts of mandates and everything else, like really stringent testing to make sure that it is safe for kids under 12. But that standard is written for 13 and under. That means that if your toy or your product is 13 and under, you still have to meet all the same standards. You just don't have to have the third-party testing done. And then lastly, you have the 14 plus. Very easy. 14 plus, you don't have to comply with the standard, because that standard was designed for 13 and under, even though only 12 and under needs to be third-party tested. Very logical. So from a Funko perspective, they probably decided, hey, from our perspective, we want to get product out. We don't want to go through the third-party testing. We consider this a collectible, even if it's not, even if kids may use it or get it, it's still, from our perspective, a collectible. And I think they're very strong in that stance, that a Funko Pop is a collectible. When we get to our licensees and we get to the third-party retailers, that changes. I don't think that Walmart looks at this as a collectible. They look at this as a toy to put in their store. You know, unless it's going to a comic book store or something like that. Most of the retailers are looking at this merchandise as toys. Hot Topic is probably the exception, and I think that their ratings are higher. I'd have to look at one of those pops, but I think theirs are like 14 plus or something like that. But anyway, most of the retailers are looking at them as toys. Are they going through the safety standards? I don't know. I don't know if they are or not. So I think that it's driving it. So some licensees and retailers are having some input into what the age rating on their product is. So I just wanted to give you guys some insight on that. I'm curious what you think, because I've really tried to explore this and try to figure out, like, what is it? I mean, I've looked everywhere. I don't think there's really any other consistency in that rating. So it's really hard for me to come up with anything really solid other than what they told me. The ages 17 plus ones do make sense, because the more violent pops or the more violent TV shows, why not throw that rating on there? I don't think the store people look at it, so I think if you went into like GameStop and you wanted to get this, this Walking Dead pop, and you're 14 years old, I don't think they're going to look at this and say, oh, you cannot have it. I think it's more like a recommendation versus a reality you have to do. I don't think it's enforced. So that's my opinion, guys. Just want to hear what you guys think. I don't know if anybody else has looked at this like I have and try to do some research on it. I looked on the internet everywhere, and I think I'm like one of the first people to really wonder about this. Like, I mean, I'm not a safety guy. This is more just curiosity. I think that it's up to the parent to be responsible and know what kind of toys they should be giving their children if you want to consider these toys. So anyway, I think that I kind of figured out some of it. I think some of it has to do with safety standards, especially when it comes to Funko themselves. Some of it has to do with licensing and what the licensor or distributor wants to put on those boxes. And some of it's still a mystery to me. I don't know. I mean, I haven't sat down in a Funko shop and figured out like what these agreements are. I've seen a contract with them when they do these licensing deals to figure out how this happens, or when they work with like Walmart or Walgreens or one of these other stores, Target, on creating an exclusive. How does that happen? Anyway, guys, wanted to give you a quick video on the rating system. Hope you found it interesting. I know it's not like showing you a bunch of pops and showing you what I got that's coming in that's new. I do have stuff that's coming up, but I felt this was something that I wanted to get out there that I've been looking at, and it's not going to be for everyone. But thank you, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, week, weekend. If it's hot outside, make sure you have your sunscreen on and stay protected. Stay in the cool weather. Don't get hurt out there, guys. And I'll talk to you all later. Love you from Austin, Texas. Peace.